be out here on October 8th, I think it is, cutting beans. Second to last field, trying to finish this up tonight. I think we'll be able to, as long as the wind keeps blowing a little bit and they don't get too tough. Down here at the farm where my hay's at, got 60 acres here. Had some rain over the weekend, didn't get a whole lot done. Other than working on stuff, thought we were going pretty good, or we were sitting pretty good heading into the rain. We just had to do a couple small things, and then had several other things break right as we were finishing up a field on Thursday evening before the rain started. This machine, the water pump belt broke, which is no big deal. It gets hot, but it's got a safety thing where it shuts it off if it gets too hot. And so it didn't hurt anything other than the water pump belt broke, except going through a tough spot of beans right at that moment, and it was pulling the engine down pretty good, and right as it boiled the radiator over, all that antifreeze went right down onto the rotor belt, and the rotor belt, or antifreeze, acts as a pretty good lubricant on the rubber and steel, so that just happened to slug the rotor real good right there, and I spent a good part of the next morning digging that out and putting a new rotor belt on and whatnot. Oh well. It probably wouldn't have slugged it. Well, no, it probably did slug it right before it killed the engine, but oh well. O'Reilly Auto Parts had one actually, just a standard V belt that drives it. This machine is built for today's serpentine belts. Beans are short right here. I think they're replanted, but still look like pretty dang good beans. They really like cutting these beans when they're short like this. They're short and dry, and they go through the machine nice, and they don't wrap up so bad. I tell you the truth, I think the yield is good as some of the tall beans we've cut, just because on the tall beans, the nodes on the beans are 6 inches apart in between pods or pod settings, and these short beans, you might only be 2 inches apart, and so I'd rather cut the short ones. Got 2 LED lights out on each side here, really brighten things up. They're called Tiger lights, 5,000 lumens a piece. You can get them from Shoot. They're about $100 a piece, but they're far better than anything you can buy at the farm store. And they draw less current than the old original candle power lights. Strip till bar all ready to go. cutting beans and the ground dries up a bit, I'll start strip tilling while everybody else shells corn. That phone's ringing. You know, we're ready. Finished up here for the night, didn't quite finish the field. Take the 76 Ford F600 home. I never get a chance to run this one much, and I had some requests for videos on it, so make the best of what I got here. I'll try to get a daylight video with it later when I get into corn harvest, but Grandpa normally runs this one, so I normally run that 7000 Ford we got, a Louisville truck. Also pulling the wagons, the truck seemed to be an interest that kind of common around here, but I hear, you know, if guys run just a grain truck instead of a semi, it's pretty common to pull a wagon behind it. I guess a lot of people that's kind of new to them, but we are pretty flat around here too, which can help that out. But anyway, the trucks each hold about 350, and the wagons are about 325, depending on how you fill them. So beans, you only get about 650 on them, and corn, since they're buying weight, if you get some dry corn that's, you know, 60-pound test weight, you can have you know, 700, 725 on them. Not too bad hauling the elevator that way, other than you just can't go real fast because they are just a gravity wagon center dump, but still. Ford 330 V8 in here. I think that's the 330. I think that is from the older series Ford engines, not the 385 like the 385 series and that the 429 and 460s are out of. I think it's the older series that had like the I want to say a 390. And they might have gone up in the big blocks in that series to the 427, but I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look through the book Dad's got. Maybe it's just a 330, and then they had a 360 and a 390. And then they came out with like a 361 and a 391 later on, but I can't quite remember how all that was. And a 5-speed transmission, 2-speed rear axle with it. 4 new tires on this truck last week. They had one blow out, and they were getting down there on tread. They could have run another year, but the bead actually separated from the sidewall on the dang thing and blew out. So we put 4 new tires on the back. Got a new shop we're going to for tires. Started going to this winter. A little farther than our old shop we went to, but we've been real happy with them. Prices are good and service is good. Grandpa, when he took the truck out there, he said they had 4 guys come up and each one of them took a tire and they each went and changed it and slapped it back on, and he was in and out of there in under an hour, paying for it and everything. The tire shop we had gone to, done business with for 40 years. The guy who ran the tire shop, the manager, retired, and the new guy now managing it, don't care for him too much. The manager that retired, he was, you don't find managers like he was. You know, if there wasn't someone there, you know, we had an implement tire go flat and we take it in there or something, and there wasn't, or all his workers were busy or something, he'd grab the tire himself and change it, and it's just second to none on service. But it ain't that way anymore since he retired. So we started looking elsewhere for tire shops. We do have lights on the wagons in case anyone was wondering. That'll probably do it for this video, so thanks everybody for watching.